can't chase me for long.
Game of this series. The winner of this is crowned the grand champion of the Metal State League of Legends Champion Series Season 4. Sheepii, what a series we've had. Going into Game 3, what are your thoughts?
Hello. Yeah, Kiddo V9. Ban, 5 bans, targeted the mid lane, nobody else matters. And I'm glad to see Echo not getting through.
I mean, the Echo's being taken.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, so we're going into picks now. It looks like ATK is still going to be opting for the blue side. Looks to be that they favored this. Now they're going to take away the Ornn that assisted 5 Lonely Men in their Game 2 victory. Are we going to be switching and swapping again as we saw between the previous game? There's the Caitlyn again.
Yep, like you said, switching and swapping. You take our Ornn, we take your Kate. They can pick up, see what we get. Is it the Lux still available? A strong bot lane.
The Lux was strong. It was just couldn't play the last game. At every single start of the fight, she was the target. She was taken down. But the Sejuani actually taken away from ATK
not
now.
Off the comfort.
Up from 5 Lonely Men. So now we have to see a different champion for not this game. What else does he play?
Jarvan. Wukong. Wait, Wukong's a ban. Damn. I got excited. I got excited.
Jarvan, maybe the Maokai?
Yeah. Hopefully it's the phase rush. They're taking their time across the game of chess. But aspect 3.
So much pressure on these two teams now. This is do or die. The Varus coming in. So those are the 2 AD carries of this series. We're not going to be seeing anything else. The Senna has made her way back. So the Varus Senna bot lane. Once again, as we saw in game number 1. And the final pick, all 5 Lonely Men on this first phase.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Senna. But we see what's... Okay, Lux Caitlyn, I'm glad we actually finally get to see the duo together. I think there's always the potential to put it mid, but I'll be very surprised if they don't bear it bot lane. Second ban phase, however, probably targeted towards Not and mid lane Slayer, although I think Slayer's got quite a big champion pool, so I don't think too many bans should be focused on him. I think he's already taken off.
Karthus is still available, Syndra's still available, Malzar's still available. Those are those are just like the comfort picks for Slayer. There's lots of stuff that he can play, so I wouldn't really say he's someone that you can ban out. I mean, there's even the Corki.
Wait, stop them from trying that.
You're going to see the final ban coming in. There's going to be the Scion taken away now. So a bit of a top lane bans coming out.
Yeah, Mordekaiser are taken out as well. Penta. I'm trying to think what the Penta champion pool looks like.
We've got the top lane and I presume the mid lane left for Nibble, and we've got the mid lane and the jungle left for ATK.
I think ironically, something like a Malzahar could be quite good. Just quite literally neutralize Kiddo and suddenly he's not allowed to play the game, and then Nibble might struggle a little bit more with how the series has been going. It's still an ATK dominated series so far. First game in particular, they just didn't give Kiddo the edge to get back in, and from that was a quick win. Second game not as lucky, slowed down.
Do you think we see the Ezreal again, or do you think that's been retired for the series?
I think the Ez is done. We're gonna get something extra spicy. And set, comfort pick for top lane.
The instant lock set into the Ornn, definitely a comfort pick, as you said. Going to see the next 2 picks coming in. They're gonna have to give away. Looks like 5 Lonely Men have opted for the counter pick in the mid lane once again, making sure Kiddo has as much advantage as he can. As it's no secret, he was definitely the win condition last game. Definitely didn't skip back day and put the side of Nibble on his back.
Karthus mid, Karthus jungle. If you like it in Maokai, gonna be mid. That's kind of, I wouldn't say disrespectful, but that's cocky. Like, you're playing the Kiddo mid. Laning phase hasn't really resulted in Kiddo getting too much, but more towards the late game scaling up. So you're playing the Karthus, perhaps giving him that early game counter pick, which then could look to try snowball with the likes of that Zed or Twisted Fate or Lucian.
Ooh, okay, so there's some spicy picks here. I'm expecting to see the Twisted Fate. Oh, never mind, let me just stop right there. We're going to see the Fizz, so looking for a bit of an AP assassin in the mid lane into that Karthus. So definitely Nibble looking to get some early game pressure, looking to pick up some early kills, especially in the mid lane, I would presume. Picking 2 winning lanes, 3 winning
But-
lanes, if I would say.
Blind picking Karthus, I can't get around it. Yeah, that is ballsy. We'll see if it pays off or not, Slayer. No pressure. As for...
So that Karthus ult is going to be effective on, I would say, 2 members as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, Lux
for
Kate
Nibble
won't be
Esports. It's
allowed to
going
play.
to Lux and Caitlyn are going to get affected by that Karthus ult, but I mean, the likes of Sejuani, it's going to tickle. Likes of Set, he's got his W, it's going to tickle, and we know Fizz to rush, well, not to rush, but Fizz will be going Zhonya's at some point, so that's also going to mitigate that threat of the Karthus ult. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Nonetheless, that is the final picks for this series. No more picks available. This is what both teams have locked in to showcase in the last game. Sheepii, expectations, predictions.
So,
what do you think is going to happen in this game?
We finally have the Caitlyn Lux combo, which I'm quite happy about. We have super strong bot lane into something that's got to scale up a bit more, which is the Senna plus the Varus. So, I mean, I think Nibble's early is going to be really, really decent, and then that's going to be a Fizz, like, rotated down angle. You can kind of see with the hover of the Twisted Fate. He wants to play to potentially snowball bot lane. Don't really see too much action happening top lane, but then again, we have set for Penta. And he's so far been trying to bring the heat. He's taken 1v1s. They've been going left, right, and center. And it's been a very back and forth in terms of the solo kills. But again, bot-centric mentality for this current patch. So I'd like to see Nibble snowballing through basically a bot lane snowball. Let's see what'll happen.
I think it's really nice to see the dynamic shifting in the top lane because, I mean, a lot of the times top laners get put on tank duty. For example, Jetlust, he's played Scion and Ornn now throughout the series, and in game 1, AP Volibear, which wouldn't really say is that tanky, but in game 2 we have the Ornn, so now we're going to see a fighter set coming in. He's got some tankiness towards him, especially with the shield that he gets from his W, but we see some kill threat now in the top lane, or a lot more kill threat, where Set's not someone that you can just walk over. So I'm very interested to see how Set plays out this matchup, and also he's positioning in the team fight to look and see if he can get that ultimate onto some key members, or maybe throwing a tank into the backline. That's always a nice dynamic that we can see from the Set. So I really want to see the dynamic that the Set brings to this game.
As well as we finally have a game where Not is not playing Sejuani, in fact taken away by Nibble finally, so we got him on something a little bit less comfortable. Does that change things, or do time will tell? I have no idea. Like, we've seen pretty much just Sejuani the entire, like, Not playsuit through.
I think it would be an insult to say that Not only plays Sejuani. I think that guy is a very proficient jungler, so I would never count him out when it comes to different jungle picks. I think he's definitely got what it takes, and Maokai is a champion that he used to love playing in the jungle about 5-6 years ago. So it's still a comfort pick for him. And Maokai's at a strong point right now. Tank Maokai, he's got that ultimate that will just lock up multiple members of the Twisted Advance. So it's very strong. I know Nibble wasn't able to make it work in game number 1. It looked like there was a bit of a disconnect between the Maokai, and his Qs were always knocking the opponent to safety more than locking them up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we get the phase rush, like, tank, not AP Groot. Like, last patch was a pretty big nerf, so so far we've seen the tank, but it was the Aftershock, which, again, I'm not the biggest fan of. So let's see what we do get from Not, like you mentioned. But Comfort, I mean, he probably played it back in the day when it was Twisted Tree Line kind of time, so I don't know. But again, it's not the most mechanical of champions. It's like 1 or 2 combos that you gotta, like, get into muscle memory, but outside of that, pretty safe. It's almost like,
I mean, it's 1 or 2 combos, but it's very effective combos. I mean, when you're just latching towards someone, it's a point-click CC.
True. But
so I think that's going to be a nice pick for them to be able to lock up targets. But Sheepii, I need to ask you, game number 3, the final, do or die predictions.
Hello? Did you just throw my own question back at me? I asked.
I need to be quick at
the
this.
Rule
we don't
is
have much time.
Whoever asks first.
All right, but before we get Sheepie's prediction, we are going to be loading into the Rift for the last time today. 80k into Nibble's 5 Lonely Men, battling it out for the grand final to be crowned the champions of Season 4, do or die, the last opportunity. Both teams going to be huddled up, grouping up. Looks like a top lane push for the side of ATK and a bot lane huddle for 5 lonely men. They're not going to face each other. They're not going to see each other at all. And a very unclimatic start of the game.
Yeah, we're yet to see
Do they
either of
cross
these
paths,
invades
though, on the
working
way
out.
back?
Like none of the games that every game has had some form of invade, but nobody's really like found much of a team fighter from it. So there's 2 places that I'm particularly going to be focusing on this game. That's going to be bot lane from the side of Nibble, and then mid lane from Nibble as well. I've mixed the emotions on this Karthus pick, but I'm here to be impressed.
Okay, but look what we've got right now. There is some pings out, but 3 members of ATK are waiting by
this
this
is the
red
ATK
buff.
special.
They have full knowledge, late invade.
This happens at
It's gonna
least
be pinged out,
once
they know.
every final that
They are
ATK
fully
is
aware
in.
of this. The flash going to come out instantly from the set, but now Kiddo has made his way here. We're going to get the 3v3.
Wait, no.
But Juicetron taking a lot of damage though. Going to be flashing out. Haymaker
Ignite
used
applied.
to Slayer. Ignite comes out.
Red is
Juicetron's back in, but
resetting
first blood
itself.
going to be going over to the Sejuani. A moment before Lukejan beat up, able to pick up that kill onto double kill onto the Karthus in the mid lane.
But Fizz got one
So
for Nibble.
blood from the get-go.
So, okay, this is something that ATK love to do in finals. They just do the cheeky late invade where you flip the game with a slight advantage. If there was a play to kind of predict this kind of move, it would be Juicetron because he was the jungler for the side of ATK, so the fact that it actually worked against him, he now knows what it feels like. It's not so fun.
Alright, we're seeing the dominance coming in the bot lane already from this Kate Lux combo. Cleanse was blown on Varus. So not going to have the defensive summoner. One more lockup could be the difference between life and death.
So far we are seeing bot lane working out according to plan, although I'm not too sure where or how, but Raven trading half his health for that bot lane pressure. We should see quite a big CS lead. All these plates being picked up from Nibble. As for mid lane, Karthus able to find 2 kills, but again, Fizz was able to find 1, and Fizz being the champion that he is, probably can use that gold a bit better than Karthus, who wants to almost scale up, get items. So we'll see what happens.
So the difference is, yeah, that those first 2 kills that Karthus were able to pick up was a first blood as well.
True.
So you're going to get quite a gold boost, going to be able to pick up the 2 amplifying tombs. I think that's going to be enough. That early
so you could say they're amplifying
just to help them a bit, but we do see the root does land by Santa, but walks straight onto a trap. Q comes out, going so low, but now they have no mana to get any abilities off, and Clax in a position to auto, but it looks like Raven's going to be forced to back away. Summoner heal still available for the side.
They have barrier and heal.
Men.
No, there's no way you can throw the bot lane matchup
available,
in this game.
Doesn't heal, gets picked up, has the barrier as well. Underestimates the damage.
Underestimates the range, I think, on that one.
The kill over
to
Varus.
I kind of thought in my head that Clax was going to Q flash and then he wouldn't have the time to pop the barrier just because of the ping. But he didn't even have to. He would place the ward vision dropped, Raven thinking he's safe, but he was not. And that is a lot bigger than it seems in this matchup.
That is huge because these minions are going to crash on the tower. Caitlyn should be back in time to get the majority of it. Still able to pick up, deny those resources.
Right, so the mid lane in particular starts the game at level 6. That's when we should see. Oh, Clax
but Lux getting
second.
taken away quickly by the Varus. Maokai's made his way down here to the bot lane to mitigate any turn on by the Sejuani.
Is this the Clax redemption arc? He hasn't really featured last game in particular, game before a little bit, but he has the goal now. He's got a bit of a cheeky lead. Crash of the wave.
ATK, quick 4 kills though to start off this game. 5 minutes, 5 kills. Kill a minute game. That's the way we like it.
Yeah, so I mean, again, ATK are that team that has the early game pressure. Like, they get the lead. It's just that second game, Kiddo was able to build up his own lead because ATK just weren't able to get step by step by step. Instead, they got multiple steps into kind of just like hitting a wall. Just weren't really able to get further than that, so it allowed for that opportunity to slow it down. This game, same as the first 2, ATK getting the early lead, but let's see if they hit that wall or not.
Alright, so Heck, Drake? Which Drake is this again? Green Drake being the first objective that we're going to be seeing?
Chemtech?
Oh, mine. Chemtech Drake. Thank you.
Green
Glad,
Power Ranger
we're able
actually is
to
here.
align that, but not about the Drake.
Flash.
Malkai's made his way, sapling
Summoner
into the
heal.
bush.
There's the combo.
Flash, root, Red Raven knows he doesn't have flash, and that's going to be another kill going over to Klax, going on to the killing spree here.
The bot lane is bleeding, but it's the wrong bot lane. I thought it was going to be ATK having tough times, but the turns have been tabled.
That's the rated Dirk that Varus was able to pick up, doing a lot to help him out. Although going to stop that pull in from the set with a nice Bellows Breath to negate the CC.
Right, so, I mean, if there was a game for Panda to step up, we need you now. The Panda and Legion feet up. Like, HardRock. That's for ATK, a really good
Definitely
spot.
a good early game from the side of ATK. Lux, though, taking the blasting point,
Good
going to
binding.
put out the binding. Cleanse comes in instantly from Klax.
Raven.
Klax is strong. Red
Shakedown
Raven's
low.
going low.
Karthus saying hi from
Followed by
mid.
the Karthus ult barrier used. It looks like Sejuani has made her way down.
Here come the
And the
friends.
Fizz. 4 members of 5 Lonely Men down here. Varus are going to charge up the Q, but it's not going to be enough.
no.
The shutdown coming in.
Oh.
Though. Kiddo, though, going to be under the
Playful
tower,
Trickster.
but going to have that Playful Trickster to get away.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm liking the Kate Lux combo, but especially after the first game we had from Tilt on Lux, he doesn't seem like he has enough games recently on the champion. Not to bash him, like, he's a good player, but Lux is kind of a very unique playstyle in that you have to be very precise with your abilities hitting, as well as you have to be very precise in your positioning, because if you get caught out, you're super squishy, you have high output damage, it's almost like a Zyra. And if you kind of mess up, which we saw in the early stages, not him per se, but if you mess up the lane, it becomes so much more harder than it needs to be.
But just look at what ATK do in response here. So, Nibble Esports, they roam to the bot lane, but it's jungle's invaded, red buff taken, mid lane shoved in, creeps denied. Slayer, though, forced to flash.
He's fine.
And,
Unique's here.
Should not be at a risk. Unique has made his way up.
Tilt's here as well.
Is just going to dash to the minion, going to be out safety.
Oh,
but now
picking
we
you
have 4
up.
members there. Do see the ultimate coming in
Get
from
last
the
forge.
set, though. Not going to get locked up.
There's
Fizz,
once
though,
he's
going to be on the bot lane, able to pick up the kill onto the Maokai, though. The binding misses by Lux, but Senna is able to land hers. Juicetron going low. Orno charging right back in, and Set being the target for the front line of ATK, but it looks like the binding going to come in from the Lux, not going to connect. These bindings going a bit south at the moment, but that's going to be all she wrote as both teams choose to back away.
Right, so that's another kill mid lane. 2-1 to 2-1. Both mids sitting on a bit of gold now. Stacks are in hand. Looking to build up potential Magi's the later we go.
Oh, these bindings are so close.
Yep, but no cigar, which is exactly what I was complaining about. Is that, like, that pick? You have to be very confident on the Lux.
As expected.
So people have been saying that Morgana is not as good as the Kate Lux pick.
So, I mean, Lux just really...
Have you heard that saying?
Lux is really good with Caitlyn because she's like one of the most aggressive like bot lanes, so you kind of just want to snowball out of control. In this case, they went a lot of
We see the
snowball.
Varus ult does
Very
come in.
nice.
Kate's going to get locked in, going to flash, but straight into the marker. Going to get
It's a
rooted,
soup
going to get
kitchen.
locked up. It's going to be a moment before she goes down. She's going to be healing though, but is going to get taken down by the Maokai as Senna picks up the Lux, and that is just the bot lane of ATK going even further ahead.
It's they're opening up the kitchen and everybody's getting a free
The Senna
meal.
ult
The
comes
DPS.
out, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. The Fizz though picking up the shutdown onto the Karthus.
Right, so I mean, the Karthus, like we said, wants to get through the early stages, scale towards a late game, and then have that damage output. And so far, he's been doing pretty well. The back of that double in the start, gold lead, or CS advantage to Slayer.
Okay, something different though. We do see that ATK picks up the first Drake of this game.
And he has
A little
kitty cat
less
skin,
objective control for 5 Lonely Men.
the pink cat as well. So Riftchild on the table now. The side, let's see if either side goes for it. Like you mentioned, ATK are actually playing for Dragon instead of Nibble, which is a bit interesting. I think they've identified the fact that Nibble has been playing very Drake oriented. No,
Sedge though
again.
into the mid lane, going to put out the ultimate, but it looks like it's going to be
What's
enough
that?
as that Karthus is going to be deleted. You don't have to hit it, just have to threaten it, and a flashless Karthus is just going to get taken down straight away.
I'm judging these Sejuani ults. Like we've had mixed results so far. That one worked out. It didn't really connect, but the job was done nonetheless. Created the zone of like lack of movement as a red buff.
Ooh, feels bad. Come to your buff. That buff was taken ages ago as well.
What happened to that red?
That was when
Was it
5
set?
men roamed down to the bot lane, and Maokai said, "Well, I can't get anything, but I can get your jungle."
Yeah, doing some shopping on the enemy side. I respect it. And top lane just assists. 8-5, gold lead, 2,000 in the favorite side of ATK. Turrets. Still got a bit of plates, okay, bit of a trade back and forth. The turret does get a cheeky
land, and the
assist.
turret Clack's going quite low, but able to put out the damage at the same time. Karthus also going to be the insurance policy that ATK have taken here and able to take down that Caitlyn.
Kiddo's looking for his opportunity. He can smell it. Connection is good. 4, 3, 2, 1, pop!
Rinse,
Goes
repeat,
the
play for
Karthus.
Trickster. One more auto, going to burn away. And the combo is clean,
Yep.
and the kill is secured.
That's the interaction that we were concerned about. That's kind of why it's a little bit risky to blind pick the Karthus. But so far, so good. Boots yet to be completed as we do have the Mythic secured for multiple members from the side of ATK. Game should start opening up in the next few seconds with a Rift underway, but Panther has vision. We'll have to tank a couple of blue kitties before he can get access to the pit.
Thing is, he doesn't have his team to back him up here.
Okay.
He's got 2 members of ATK, and this is going to be something he just has to leave.
Yep. It is what it is. At this point, you don't want to overextend. Panther respecting it. Has the teleport to get back to lane or walk back and TP for potential bot side fight. Still 2 minutes on the Drake, so shouldn't really see too much happening.
Alright, so I want to see where this Herald is going to be dropped first. 2 plates in the bot lane. Okay, so there's my question answered straight away. They don't even waste time. Drop the Herald in the mid lane. Sentinel made
rotation.
their way up. Going to go straight on to
Roots.
Karthus, but doesn't look like there's going to be a follow-up from Kiddo. He's
Okay.
got more to go on there. But Lux from the side, able to get a good ult on to Not, but it should be Senna blocking the damage, giving a little bit of a heal. No one's going down there. But that charge from the Herald is going to secure the plates.
Yeah, plate secured. It is still a minute left before the plates do drop off. 3k gold difference.
To capitalize
Drake
as much as
a
possible.
minute out. Is again trying
Something
to
you-
find.
Something you don't see often though is in a Caitlyn lane where you're down on plates, but this is just because Varus has been able to secure such a good lead into this matchup over the Caitlyn.
Speaking of leads, ooh, Clax almost able to
That
find himself
ult
a
hits,
1v2
that's a
solo.
dead Red Raven.
Alright, so, I mean, again, Mythics, we haven't really seen too much from ADC's Clax. This is our golden opportunity here. Let's see if he can be a relevant champion. And,
This is the time that he needs to step up.
yeah. We need good Clax. Stopwatch.
Stopwatch is the purchase of choice for Slayer. Going to return the ult
Okay, top side.
as well, and that's going to be enough for the Ornn to pick up the kill onto the set.
I'm Karthus and I'm ganking every lane at the same time. Look at me go. Top lane unofficial solo kill.
That kill participation just spiking up there.
Alright, so game kind of slowing down. I'm interested to see what the vision looks like for this Drake. 20 seconds out. Maokai allows for some decent objective control, although is still going to be initially going for the AP into more of a tanky build with the phase rush.
I want to see some more roams though coming out of this Fizz. This Fizz
Yeah.
has 5 kills, is a threat, has the mythic. So it's something I would just expect to see though. Going to walk over Vision here. Senna is going to spot him.
Unique playing
But
Senna,
shouldn't be
super
too much
squishy.
with ATK's got 4 members here.
Drake
Looks like
started.
this Drake is going to be the next fight.
There's the roots.
Tiltosaurus just
I know.
hit to half health, going to outrun
side TP.
the vines from the Maokai. But it looks like ATK have brought their resources here. TP
And a
coming in
big choke.
by set.
Unfortunately, Forge got on cooldown, still backline.
Slayer though on the backline going to get chunked a bit
Pick him
by
up,
the
put him
Fizz,
back
but looks
down
like they
again.
did even the first one in. Not set him ult,
Slayer,
comes in followed
rest
by the
in
Lux ult.
peace.
Caitlyn getting the Carthus and Fizz able to pick up the center. Fizz still on the
Lens
back line, but
flash.
right, I think Varus has
I know, it's
taken
Echo
down the
all
set.
over again.
Faithful Trickster landing onto 3 members. A double kill coming in from Fizz.
What?
Fizz is still alive. How is this
I
happening?
know.
Triple kill coming in from Fizz. Flashes in. One more auto. The quadra kill coming in from Fizz, and that's the ace.
Echo's back.
4, 5 lonely men taking down ATK, and they will be securing this dragon.
11 to 11. He
How
had
quickly did they just bring this game back to even out the kills?
like 100 health left. Nobody wanted to reach over and bonk him on the head, so they said, no, we want you to have a chance at the game, and that's exactly what they give him. 9 to 2. 10 stacks on the Dark
Goes
Seal.
in there with 10 HP basically, and he picks up a quadra. He picks up the last 2 kills with no HP.
Yep.
He just says, no, I'll do this.
Side lane off he goes to. Kiddo and friends angle.
Well, who matches him now?
Okay.
Who matches him?
Definitely
I mean, there's no
not
Zhonya's yet
Flax.
on the Carthus.
Please no. Please no. Forrest, don't do it. Don't do it. We need you to be a champion.
And that instantly accelerates it all.
Oh.
Ultimate comes up from Fizz, doesn't connect. Max range, but
That is
Flax
flipping the game
knows his
right here.
positioning.
No
I need to ask a
subs.
question. Does he need the ultimate to kill
Probably
Varus?
not. If Boris misses the chains, then
He
he's free.
has that Lich Bane, he has that Luden's Tempest. I don't think anyone matches him. The ultimate is just a value-added service.
Yeah, you
at
can
this
see
point.
him clearing the way, but just running away. I go mid now. Good luck, Slayer.
Well, if he doesn't have the Zhonya's yet, ultimate is almost up again for Fizz. That cooldown not too long.
Okay, big combo. Unfortunately,
Ooh,
no.
the combo though, onto not gonna get quite low. Gonna get locked up though by the center though, and a nice bit
Carrying
of
the
return
roots.
damage onto the Caitlyn.
You can kind of see Slayer just giving up the tier 1 turret. He's going to play for tier 2. It's like it's not too serious to lose that objective. Like, rather
Ooh, so
don't open the kitchen back up.
Kiddo getting some extra resources here in the side lane, picking up that solo turret gold. But something interesting to note here, it's an AP Maokai. Not going to have the tankiest
Yeah,
of
it'll-
builds here for the Maokai.
It'll still be initially
gonna make-
AP. It'll just scale onto more tank like based items. It's not pure glass cannon. Mid lane though, do we have a trigger pull? We don't. Phil still hovering bot side as both top lanes now making their way downtown towards the mid side. Kills exactly even. Gold slight advantage to the side of ATK as this next fight is going to be huge.
Alright, so Zhonya's has been picked up by the Carthus now, just
Good.
as just a way to survive the Fizz.
Yeah, Klax doesn't
But
have
it's
this much
not a guaranteed
luxury.
I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of stopwatches this game, or Guardian Angels, but just a way to not get deleted by this Fizz straight away.
Right, so Riftfield on a map. Drake 2 minutes out still. We have a red side. I'm gonna rotate through. Nibble looking to try to lock down the vision aspect. Another minute 20 before we do have Nash on the table. As for the side of Blue, just trying to slow the game down, giving up with the objective they have to. Waves, avoid the Fizz.
ATK just giving this objective away. They're not in the position to contest, and they want to get their side lanes or their solo laners farmed up a bit just so that they can be relevant. And yeah, objective given away.
Alright, so again, a volatile objective. Riftail, no guarantee on a successful use. We've seen over the last 2 days 2 unsuccessful Riftail drops. So let's see what they can do with it.
So I've noticed that 5 lonely men just watching their games through the lower bracket. They have this thing. They pick up the second Herald. They do Baron on spawn and they end. They end with Herald and Baron.
So
That might be the strat that's being called right now. A cheeky Baron, 20-minute Baron and end. They've got that Herald, so if we don't see it dropped and they're doing Baron, then we know.
alright, so we do have Lethality Varus opting to go for the move with the speed opposed to potentially that spell shield, that like little bit of like reassurance that Fizz can't just straight up ult me from a brush. So he's kind of playing for, I guess, the more pick potential, just trusting his mechanics and reaction time, and playing a little bit of a risky game, but at the same time they did exactly that with the Carthus pick. So I think ATK are here to kind of just, I guess, rely on their mechanical skill. Let's see if it works out.
Well, look, we're looking at the state of the game now. I definitely think it would have been a different game if those
What's
two
going on
early
bottom?
kills onto Karthus weren't acquired. But it looks like we are seeing some action in the bot
Red
lane
side
now.
TP set.
Sejuani able to pick
Here
up the kill
comes
on
Kiddo.
Karthus, but
No,
Fizz has
he's shut
made his
down.
way, but he's getting taken down by the center. Met
up.
with the TP, but set on the
Into
backline.
angle.
Going to be able to get to two members. Lux able to secure the kill onto Maokai. The corner of the Forge God comes in, locks someone up, but there's just Senna and a Jetlust left alive, and 3 quickly dropping on the side of 80k for just the life of Kiddo, and it looks like that is going to be the Baron possibly being called. No, they
mean-
opt maybe away from that. They say, cool, let's secure the Drake. Baron
Penta-
isn't a risk.
Kind of quite literally picking up where Kiddo dropped off. Like, putting his enemy on top of their own team.
Making his way into them. 2 members of 80k alive, 2 defenders. Karthus is alive now, but it doesn't look like this is something that they can contest.
Yeah, just
and
give
that
the
is
Drake.
going to be Wind Drake picked up for 5 lonely men.
Right, so Senna got the shot down. It's on the support, but at the same time, Senna scales really nicely, so maybe we get a couple of items on Senna towards the late game if they can slow it down. 21-21.
Senna is definitely the late game insurance policy here.
I mean, they got a lot
If she's
of late
able
game
to,
policies.
if she's able to get to 120 stacks, 130 stacks, I definitely think she's going to have significant impact and just outrage everyone. Because at some point she'll also be outraging Caitlyn and like 2 or 3 shotting people.
And they have the Karthus late as well, so like you said, if the game is slowed down to that point, like 80k are going to be in a pretty good spot with only really Fizz having that avoid the Karthus rains from above.
Ooh, but
Speaking of
Kiddo now
which-
not in the best position. Uses the playful trickster to get out. Does
he
flash
does get
onto
the DPS.
Unique, and Unique actually he's going to pick up the kill onto Senna, getting that shutdown. Even when the
Not
man's
Echo.
dead, he's not dead alone. He's going to make sure someone goes down with him.
Yeah, it's not the Echoes, he doesn't have a rewind of time, but he's going to make at least one trade with his interaction in that case. Unique having the flash is not expecting how quick the Fizz can be. And the game again, kind of just slowing down here, which is not too bad for the likes of ATK. As it seems like 2 fights now in a row, Kiddo's doing as much as he can, but it's not nearly as much as we saw last game yet.
Okay, so on that death, Kiddo has picked up the Zhonya's now, so will be a bit more flexible in what he can do. Going to see the Herald drop, no Baron, so
It's Shelly.
no end coming in just yet. Is
Forge
met
Guard.
with the Maokai ult in the corner of the Forge Guard, going to knock up the Sejuani. Looks like a lot of resources are the Sejuani.
Oh,
Sejuani
big
going
attempt.
down, followed by the Karthus.
Someone to
ult.
heal.
A lot of damage coming in, but no one down just yet. Varus made away. Senna ult coming in. Varus charging up the queue, not
Remember
going
what
to
I said
connect
about
with
Shelly?
anyone, but Tiltosaurus going the lowest in that fight. But no one dropping just yet, and I would definitely expect to see a reset here.
Yeah, so that's the second attempt at a Rift Nail that has not worked out. So they knew Fizz was basically a reset because he died off that last fight, still respawning. So they're like, this is an opportunity if there was one to take, force the fight, destroy Shelly, maybe get a kill. And overall, despite 80k burning a lot of ultimates, they do end up kind of winning that interaction.
All right, so Baron definitely the next objective on the cards.
Maybe.
Drake still a while away, but this is where ATK has positioned themselves. They don't have too much vision on the side of Noble
Jetlust?
Esport, but it looks like
What are you
Jetlust is
doing?
the target that they're looking at, but he's a tank. He's at no threat. He's going to be able to just walk away.
Okay,
But the
not in a bit
ultimate
of
does
trouble.
come out of Fizz onto the Maokai, going to knock him off.
Make
Final spot
that
comes from the
double.
Lux. Luke Jin beats up, taking down the Maokai. The squishy build not being in his favor right now. Playful Trickster used now. Fizz not able to get away too easily. Going to get a few autos by the center. Center does put out the W, but it does not connect with anyone. But it looks like that is going to be the Baron started with Karthus
So-
on the other side of the map.
Yeah,
There's not too much they can do. Fizz has made his way
showing-
around. Ultimate comes out from Sage. Playful Trickster used on Unique. Does go quite low, but the Caitlyn Ace in the hole is able to pick up the center set though onto Clash. Going to get some damage down. It's going to be a moment before Fizz is able to pick up that kill. One more member left in the midst of Noble Esports, able to pick up Ornn, and Karthus not being in that fight means he has 0 presence. Ultimate used now. Playful Trickster used to actually negate that damage.
no.
Now not
He's
lot
not
of
at a
damage
good spot.
left.
He wants to be close enough to the pit, so if he does die, there's a potential for the steal, even though it's a low. There it is, the flash
out
forward.
there. He's in. That should stop the
Stopwatch
Baron
for time.
momentarily. Do you see the Haymaker come in from the
Kill Raven.
set? But
Kill
that's going to
Raven,
reset
kill
the
him.
Baron. And this is
Not
just
his
enough
back.
time for the Maokai to get back, but Maokai is squishy. His AP
Shuts
is
down.
going to get taken down. Sedge
G-John?
should
Or
get the
G-Strong?
stun. And
Enter?
everyone is so
Stealth?
low. But no one going down except for the Caitlyn.
Yeah, Drake back at the table,
That is
45
Baron
seconds in.
stocked.
So, right. We had a situation of Slayer's gone bottom. He's shoving a wave. Nibble see that, that basically he has no way to get in this fight. Sure, he has the global cross-map damage in the form of the ultimate, but outside of that, he really can't get there anytime soon. So what does that mean? Opportunity for Nibble to pull trigger. They basically find pick onto knots, which is then resulting in a free Nash attempt, stopped by Slayer, which gives them enough time for then not to get back to the fight, which then resets the Nash. This is something we see time and time again of the start, stop of this Nash that goes back and forth because neither team really wants to flip it in such a crucial game of a 1-to-1, because the winner of this game takes the series, takes the entire build-up of the last few weeks. So it's a high-pressure situation. Big bind.
Alright, Varus though going to get locked up. Unique going to be the next one in the midst, but no one going down just yet. Ornn able to stop the Fizz from getting on to Klax. And now
Enter?
Pentademon though taking down Slayer. Lockup does come in.
Forge Guard
on the
looks
center corner.
good.
The Forge God comes in, does
Rebound
knock
knocker.
up the Fizz, and Fizz is down. 4 members of Nibble Esports left,
That means
running
Nibble
away
is
while
dead.
4 members still chase of ATK. This Baron is still available, but a lot of damage still
It's not an
available
important Drake.
from ATK.
Good binding,
Although
2-man
going to charge
knocker.
in, going to be knocking up the Sedge. So
I could
much
go either.
damage coming in from ATK. Pentademon going to be the first one
I lied.
from the Varus. Varus picking up the double onto the Sedge. Senna able to secure the Caitlyn, and Lux being the last one left alive is going to be forced to back away. And that beautiful early pick onto the Fizz just stops the rest
fast
of the
boxes.
esports. Ooh, so
Okay.
close, but he's got that smite on lockdown.
This is not an important Drake. It's 2-2. It was 2-1 before. Winner of the Drake means nothing. It's what happens after this Drake fight. They took the 5 victory. They got the Dragon for free. Now they're looking to try start up the Nash. Fizz is back alive. Again, this is going to be a start, stop situation.
They have
but
the
they're trying
damage
to push
do
it.
this Baron quickly. Nibble is running towards this objective, but 5
Flippy
seconds
bear.
for this objective if it is not contested soon.
3,000.
Almost down to 3,000 HP. Fizz ultimate comes in, but that's going to be the Baron picked up though. We do see the Fizz
Penta.
ultimate coming in. Slayer though going
Really
left
tell
on
the
the spot.
tail.
Set those mages way, but going to get locked up by the center. This is ATK's chance
Shut down
to
the backline.
get out.
Klax,
Shut down
rest
though
in peace.
To Varus. Is this it? Are they still going to push Set? Going to ult to the Maokai in. Maokai going to use a twisted advance, but going to get taken down by the Set. And that's Baron though staying on 3 members of ATK, so they'll still have that advantage.
Yeah, it's the Nash objective itself secured, but losing members means they now have kind of a tricky situation. Obviously, Nibble not going to be able to really get tires off this push because the Nash empowered minions, but again, more gold now handed over to the Fizz. So 18 to 24 gold, pretty much exactly even. 1,000 difference makes no difference at 28 minutes in. And let's see what they do with this Nash buff now, because this is where the macro aspect comes into. Do you have the vision control? Can you spot the Fizz? Can you potentially kill the Fizz again like we saw in the previous fight where they managed to get a nice pick? If not, your squishies have to play super safe.
I think that's definitely what we saw in the last game. If they were able to take down the Echo in the fights, they were able to win the fights. And it looks like it's exactly the same thing here. If they're able to take down the Fizz, the fight can go in their favor. Yes, there's still the threat from the Set, and we see quite a good amount of presence from him.
Oh, good binding, Klax. No, goodbye,
Ooh,
friend.
he does
Rest in
apply
peace,
it there,
Raven able to find the
but
kill.
Raven just taking him down though. Fizz though getting on to the Maokai. Maokai is quite squishy, going to get
Knots
taken
down.
down by the Fizz. Now it's just Jetlust
Yes.
in the face of Nibble Esports, going to get the stun locked in, going to get taken down by
Arthas is
the
top again.
Ornn, and Nibble Esports hitting back after that Baron fight. While this is happening though, Slayer is in the bot lane, he's side pushing, he's got those Baron minions, and he's able to secure that tower.
It's such a bigger risk to step up and look for a pick like that when you know there's no way for Karthus to join again. So you kind of want to communicate with the team in that situation. Guys, just chill, play safe. Let me get this potential tier 2 top. This clear wave, we have Nash, we can slow the game down. Instead, they get picked off.
But now
They
it
will see
looks
that
like
opportunity.
Arthas is going to get taken down. He does have that ultimate available. Is he going to use it? We see Tiltosaurus going golden. That is 3 members dead now. Short death timers means they'll be up soon.
Oh no,
But it
he's
looks
picking
like
up
it's going to be
Klax.
death after death.
Unique is
Goes
next.
golden. Puts in the balls, does nothing. Uses the ultimate, does get locked up. We're going to get taken down on top. It looks like he's going to take it on not. And ATK dropping like flies. That is just all left available. Double kill coming in from Caitlyn. Is this the end? 20 seconds on Arthas. Just the Ornn left defending. A small
God.
minion wave does come in. Quarter of the forward card comes in. Is going to be used
The
on the
wave
minions.
saw
Trying to get it down. But
nothing
it's going to be
coming.
the towers being hit. Tiltosaurus taking a tower shot. First tower is going to drop. Final spot comes in.
Make it
Second
stop.
tower should go down soon.
Make
It is the
it
Nexus.
stop.
And Nibble Esports, moments away from them being crowned the grand champions of Season 4. And ladies and gentlemen, ATK have been taken down and are no longer the reigning champions. GG,
Gaming.
well played. Nibble Esports are your Season 4 League of Legends Challenger Series.
Kiddo,
Sheepii,
quite literally
my word.
taking candy out of the mouths of ATK. You hate to see it, but the legacy continues. Whatever team Kiddo plays for wins.
We have 3 season running champions finally being dethroned. Nibble Esports, they showed up today. They made it their game. First game didn't look like a strong showing. ATK able to convincingly secure that game. But after that, something changed, and Nibble Esports, they just completely new team came into these games. They fixed everything that they needed to fix, and they just dominated these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, first game, the Ezreal did not work out, so they got the Echo. They thought, or ATK is like, fine, we'll get rid of the Echo, it'll be smooth sailing. And he's like, no, let me run it back again with the Fizz instead this time. And, I mean, it worked out well. Fizz apparently enough for the side of Nibble to basically take game number 3 in a series that looked like it was going to be ATK's favor from the start. So, nonetheless, though, Nibble, congratulations, well played, guys. Yeah, you deserve it.
I think that invade from ATK at the beginning, it was definitely in their favor, and it led them to set up a lot. But at the end of the day, Nibble Esports, they were able to bounce back from that initial deficit, and they are your victors today, your Season 4 champions.
Do I even have to ask it? MVP?
MVP today, I think it's undoubtedly Kiddo. That man, he showed up in both in all the
But
games.
he's washed. I saw it in
Israel,
chat.
Not the best showing in game 1. That Ezra wasn't able to be effective, but I mean, he put the team on his back in game 2. He put the team on his back in game 3, and he was able to secure his team the victory. I mean, definitely the support from his team. It's no doubt that they made it happen. They set it up for him, but the dominant showing just shows that if you have Kiddo in your team, you're almost guaranteed a first place.
Apparently so, but I mean, okay, excluding Kiddo, what are we thinking? Who stood out to you? I feel like the ADCs weren't too relevant in any of the matches. I don't know if that's just because of the mid interaction.
It's a reality. I mean, ADCs weren't allowed to play these 3 games. They got locked up. Klax in the last game, there was some showing on the Varus, but overall throughout the series, it wasn't ADC orientated. Definitely, I would say maybe jungle orientated. There was they set the pace of the games.
I mean, the Sejuani back and forth.
Sejuani being a strong pick in the series, Kiddo being an even stronger pick in the series, able to secure everything. But at the end of the day, I'll have to give it to jungle. They set the pace of this game.
Okay, there it is. GG, well played. Otherwise, a big thank you to everyone that was involved on the Meta State side, as well as Jinx, I believe.
Yes, Jinx streaming it to channel 127 on DSTV, and Metal State always with their pristine production, able to bring us this exciting League of Legends content. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure of casting with you, Sheepii. Always fun, always high energy. We'll be back soon for Season 5, where these teams will battle it off. But for now, this is us signing out of the League of Legends Challenger Series after crowning the new victors of the season, Nibble Esports 5 Lonely Men.